your day one intro on how to get around. So this is the general layout of my Canvas course for Bio 100. You're going to see that there is an about this course, and this has some of the things that you might come back to a lot, like the course syllabus. Here is our link to our Wednesday Zoom class. So Wednesday, first day on Wednesday, we will have a class. So make sure you're there if you can. It's not a required class, but if you come, then there's certain activities through the week that you won't have to do because we'll cover them in the online class. So there's the link and the password. Here's the course calendar and the pacing, some information about me as the teacher. This is the free link to your textbook online, so you don't have to purchase a textbook. I also link week by week to the individual chapters in the book. You can also follow directions on how to buy the book if you want a paper version. Here during the first week, if you put Canvas on your phone and update your profile, then I end up giving you a few extra credit points here that you can have for your first quiz. Then I have lab help. This stays towards the top. This lab help is a discussion board, so anytime you have trouble with the lab, sometimes I'm not on the computer right when you are and you have a question, maybe one of your classmates is. If you are a type of person that gets on here regularly and answers questions for your classmates and are helpful, then a lot of times I will give you extra credit for that. Generally though, I am very responsive on course mail especially. You can also use like the Crafton Hills College email, but I'm very responsive on the Canvas email because that just like populates right up and shows me that I have an alert from you. So then for each day of class that we have a class session, and you can always check the calendar here to find out what those dates are. I have everything that you need to cover that chapter in the book. So here's something really important called assignments at a glance. That's everything that you will need to cover that day. It's your checklist that I try to make it really obvious and easy for you on what you need to get done. And then I highlight the things that will be graded. So that's the checklist. I do make video overviews of every section of the book. The video overviews are well worth your time. I pepper in a few questions and answers that you will see on both the exams and on the chapter quizzes. So you'll want to listen for those. I also go over the hard to understand concepts and the overarching themes of that section of the book. So please make sure to watch these, especially if you're having a hard time understanding the course. Additionally, I have the links here for free for all of the readings out of the book if you decide not to purchase the book, which I would at least try to read it off of here and listen to the video overviews before you waste the money on buying a paper version. Each week, you're going to have a live class participation, meaning you came to the online class and you participated in the activities that kind of taught you the concepts from the chapter. Or if you can't make the live online class, which is not required, but if you can't make it, then you'll have some other assignment here that will cover some of the same ideas and concepts that we did in the online class. So this is an either or. After the live class each Wednesday, I am going to go in and credit all of the students who came in and participated, and then everybody else will still have to do whatever assignment will be here. Okay, so if you come to the live class, you don't have to do this. So then each class meeting, you have a quiz on the chapter. The quizzes you get to take twice, and the system is set to keep your highest score. So there's no reason to kind of put it off. Just go in, take the quiz, see how you do. And if it was something that was hard for you, go back and restudy and try to take it a second time. The system will keep the highest score. So for each assignment that's due in the class, it will have a due date and it will have a point value underneath it. Usually to draw your attention to it, I also list a lot of emojis just so you like see it. Other things that don't have due dates or point values and no emojis are more like supports that are in the class to get you ready for these things. Each class meeting, we also have a lab that's due. So make sure that you plan ahead. These are home, actual labs that are done at home. So this first one is mostly all virtual with no supplies, but that's not going to be the large majority of them. The large majority of them either require some home supplies that you'll have to borrow, or maybe you already have at home, or they come from the lab kit. You can get the lab kit from the bookstore if you use financial aid. But if you're using your own money, I would recommend that you follow this video on how to buy your lab kit, because if you buy it directly from the vendor, they have committed to selling it to our students for about $40 cheaper. However, because of shipping delays, you're going to need to put in the order on the first, second, third day of school or so, because it needs about 2 weeks to ship and guarantee that it has gotten to you. Also, please follow these directions if you're buying directly from the vendor, because it will be about $40 cheaper than the bookstore. If you use this route, you will have to use your own funds, but please put this highlighted section that you're a Crafton Hills student. Student at Crafton Hills, please verify I'm getting the correct labs so that they can make sure you're getting the correct labs. So I put a screenshot of what that looks like and what your checkout cart should look like from the vendor. So this still will cost about $95, but from the bookstore it's about $135. So I would do it this way directly from the vendor to save money, but you need to do it early. So here's a list of the labs that you will be buying from the vendor. Please watch this quick video. It's only like 2 minutes to show you how to do that so that you get the correct labs from the vendor and that they expedite your shipping basically for free and hurry that along so that you get that. So then the next week, as you head through, not each week, but each meeting date that's in the course calendar, there'll be a whole nother like separate module, and it will have the lab, it'll have the quiz and live participation points for the class, or it will have an activity if you could not make the live class. For me, when I'm done with a Canvas section, I like to hit this side arrow to close it to let me know that I am done with that. It's no big deal. You can always come back to this arrow and open it back up again, but it will always keep the newest things on top. Most of my content is already loaded for the semester, and if you ever find mistakes, please let me know. Thanks, and I'm excited to get started with you.